This week we focus on the guiding lights of life, which is not my quote, but it's from Jimmy Carter, who had said, "What are the things that you can't see that are important?" I would say justice, truth, humility, service, compassion, love. They are the guiding lights of a life. Love that quote. So today we mourn the passing of our 39th president. Of course, people have been celebrating his accomplishments, talking about the ways he was not perfect, which is fine. I was thinking about his humble beginnings this week, and part of the reason I thought of it is that in the summer of '96, as I was driving around the country, or I guess I'm sorry, it was at two different points. So one was earlier than that, and then one was summer of '96. But I drove down to Hope, Arkansas, and saw Bill Clinton's childhood home. And in the summer of '96, I drove to Russell, Kansas, and saw Bob Dole's childhood home. Those are the two who opposed each other in the '96 presidential campaigns. They both came from tiny little houses in tiny little places that most of us would consider, maybe we wouldn't derisively say flyover country, but most of us would say, you don't go to Hope, you don't go to Russell. Jimmy Carter from Plains, Georgia. Some of the most impressive people in the history of this country. It's not just the apocryphal story of Lincoln. Many, many others came from tiny little places. And it's such a tribute to what they have done and what they've accomplished. Walter Mondale and Jimmy Carter talking, summarizing the presidency in the last couple of weeks of the presidencies they were getting ready to leave. They summarized what they had accomplished in three ways. We told the truth. We obeyed the law. We kept the peace. Now, the third part there is not in a nation or a leader's control. You can't always say, I'm committed to keeping the peace and I know I will keep the peace. You can be committed to trying to keep the peace, but that's not within your control. But you can choose to tell the truth, or you can choose to flood the country with lies. You can choose to obey the law, or you can choose to ignore again and again the law.